Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rukah, Wadash. I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Whoa. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Now, my name is Sean Mai Wa'ala, lawyer, and this is going to be a quick video. I'm not going to make this too long, but basically, I found this video on NBC as I was heading to camp. I think it was yesterday or the day before camp. When I was looking for videos to watch, I found this title and I saved it in my privates, my watch later. Now, ignore the rest of this. I got the Ted Gunderson whole video clip of him exposing the Illuminati or whatever. Very good video. I shared it with some brothers. They said it had a lot of good information, but that's nevertheless, that's besides the point. Basically, this Afghan war veteran uh basically came out and said, "I will never forgive my country for this." And this whole thing about the military service is not really talked about because a lot of these ex-military members, they actually despise America the most. And not only that, but a good portion of those people that are homeless and out there on the streets in America, they fought in these previous wars. Some were World War II veterans. Some fought in the Afghanistan war and came back and lost everything that they had. Some were even fighting the wars over there in, I believe, Taiwan. The whole Vietnam conflict. So you got a lot of very, very disgruntled war veterans that are not happy with the way things are run in America. Now, let me see. I'm trying to figure out the precept, but it talks about uh your members. Yeah, here it is, military service. I think it's somewhere in the book of Exodus where it talks about how you're supposed to treat your military members. Let me see if I can find it. I don't remember the exact verse. Uh, this is talking about the service of the Levites. Let me see. Let me do law of military, King James Version. Let me see if I can find it here on this website. No, they're talking about a spiritual war. We're not talking about a spiritual. We're talking about the actual war. Okay. Oh, fuck. What's the verse? I can't figure it out right now. Retired soldiers, King James Version. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Man, these Christians they don't really know that much. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, that's a good precept right there. Yep. Deuteronomy 24 and 5. See, the law. I'll say this. The laws are actually righteous because you had instances where the Lord will say, if you have taken a new wife, you can't go to war for at least a year. That's very righteous because it gives you time to pretty much love your new wife. Maybe the brother had already two wives already, and he added another one. It gives you time to enjoy your wife, your new wife, and pretty much have children with her and establish a bond with her. But in these different societies, man, if a man got married, the next day he has to enlist to go to war. That's unrighteous. And that breeds a lot of divorces and adultery because a woman, she can't handle herself when she's all alone. Okay, especially when her loved one is out there overseas fighting for his life. You don't know if he's dead or not. So the hormones in a woman's body gets all riled up with emotions. And she goes and do something stupid to pretty much ease her depression. Uh, Not what I'm looking for. Oh, let's see. Treating men of war veterans. I don't know why, but I can't find the verse for some reason. Oh god damn, this is unfortunate. Anyways, for some reason I can't find it. Maybe it's the spirit of the Lord that doesn't want me to find it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. I'm gonna get a few precepts and I'm gonna close it out because I don't want to make this too long. So here we go.
During the war in Afghanistan, former combat advisor with Afghan security forces, co-founder of No One Left Behind, a veterans organization that offers services to former Afghan and Iraqi interpreters who resettle here in the United States. Mr. Zeller, it's almost ironic now to state the name of the organization you founded, given what we're watching go on, though I'm curious to hear your reaction of this consequential speech by the American president. Didn't run from it. He owned it. He owned his decision. He owned the fact that, as he put it, the buck stops with him.
I hope he gets to own their deaths too. I feel like I watched a different speech than the rest of you guys. I was appalled. There was such a profound, bold-faced lie in that speech. The idea that we planned for every contingency. I have been personally trying to tell this administration since it took office. I've been trying to tell our government for years that this was coming. We sent them plan after plan on how to evacuate these people. Nobody listened to us. They didn't plan for the evacuation of our Afghan wartime allies. They're trying to conduct it now at the 11th hour. The thing that they were most concerned about was the optics of a chaotic evacuation. Well, they got exactly what they were most concerned of by failing to do what was right when we could have done it. We had all the people and equipment in place to be able to save these people months ago, and we did nothing. I'm appalled that he thinks we only need to take 2,000 people. There's 86,000 people who are currently left behind in Afghanistan alone. We've identified all of them for the government. I have no idea why he claims that people don't want to leave Afghanistan. I have a list of 14,000 names right now of people who want to get out of Afghanistan. And the idea that the Afghan military should be blamed for this, Do you know how many casualties the Afghan military took in an average year? More than the United States did in 20. When you're not getting paid on a regular basis, when you're not getting fuel, when no one is supplying you with ammunition, and yet you're still showing up to the fight, how dare us for having to blame these people for not having the audacity to be able to survive a Taliban onslaught? No. What we need to be doing right now, and what I am appalled that the president didn't say, was we need to be talking about how we're going to get every single one of these people out. Because let's be abundantly clear. People like me looked these people in the eye and made them a promise. We promised them that in their time of need, we would take care of them. How do you ever expect anyone to ever trust us again if we don't do that now while we can? And I'm sick and tired of trying to defer the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan on what we're going to do. We're the United States of America. They're terrified of us. I have Afghans on the ground right now who are telling me they're going door to door in Kabul and they're making lists of people who used to work with us. They're telling them with smiles on their face, evil smiles, that they're going to be back from them once we leave. So we either take them now or these people are going to die. I've been trying to tell anyone who will listen. This is a never again moment in the making. This is an administration that seems to be a profound champion and defender of human rights. Well, sometimes human rights have to be defended at the barrel end of a gun. The Taliban are a modern version of the Nazis. And if this was Dresden, do you think if this was Dunkirk, do you think British yachting pilots, the British captains that were sailing their boats heroically into Dunkirk, do you think they were asking on the beaches if the people they were picking up were Brits or French, or do you think they were just trying to get people away from the Nazis? Every Afghan we leave behind is going to be left behind to a horrible existence. And if we don't take them now while we can, that is as much on us as it is on the Taliban, who will hang or behead them.
Matt, our friend Paul Rykov tweeted a couple hours ago that 6,000 troops are not adequate to do what you just described, which hopefully is still the mission of this administration. Tell me what the operation looks like if adequately staffed and funded.
I've been saying for a very long time we need to send the entirety of the 82nd Airborne back in. We're sending it seems to be a small fraction of it thus far. We probably need to send the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force. These are 2 units that we keep on 48-hour recall. We should be retaking every single airfield that we just gave up. Look, I know this sounds ridiculous and it's not politically feasible, but these are our people. We made these people a promise. The Taliban are now actively killing them. And if we don't take them, they're going to die. And that's the thing, is we have the means to do this. We have just simply lacked this entire time the courage and conviction to do the right thing. And I am not going to sit and listen to a president that I voted for. I was happy that this man took office. I'm now appalled at that speech. I'm not going to sit here and have him lie to the American people. We did not plan as a government for this contingency. The American people, the advocates who have been pleading with the government, did plan for it. You can go to our website, evacuateourallies.org. It's been up for months. We had a plan in writing. We tried to give it to them. I have receipts. I put those out on social media. No one got back to us. No. I'm not going to let them get away with this. We have to take these people. If we don't take these people now, they're going to die. I am sick and tired of. I got an email today from a man named Masri Sharif. The extent of the email is this. He said, I want to write you and thank you for all the efforts that you've tried to do to get us out of here. We're going to die now, and that's okay. We're resigned to it. But I just want to let you know that I still love the American people. I'm still thankful for the service that I gave to the United States. And I want to thank you for a good 20 years and for caring about us, and hope that we somehow make it through this. But we probably won't. We're going to die. I'm sick and tired of receiving those messages. Those people are still alive.
So yeah, there you go. Pretty much all these military members that fought in all the elites' wars, because all you're doing is fighting for the elites. You're not fighting for yourself. That whole propaganda, that whole imagery, that whole dream of fighting for the freedom of your loved ones, that's all a dream. Just like how the American dream was a dream, and you have to be asleep to believe in it. See, this whole American way, the whole American lifestyle, the American system is all a dream that's going to pass away. You know? Everything is going to pass away because these war veterans, they truly believe that they're fighting for freedom, but what you're really doing is fighting for the elites. because the elites use you guys, you high level security guards, to guard and to bring what they want. Number one, resources. Okay, the poppy, the opium, the lithium, all these resources in Afghanistan is what you guys are running after. And when the elites think it's enough, they'll pull you guys back. But when they need more, they're gonna send you right back to that land to go ahead and die for it. You know, that's why I look at you military members with disgust, because you guys truly believe that you're fighting for the greater good, but you're not. You know, you're just putting your life on the line for the elites that they can use you as pawns. You know, uh, let me. There's a precept I want to get fashion. Is 1 Corinthians 7:31, and they that use this world as not abusing it for the fashion, meaning the lifestyle, okay, the values of this world, everything shall pass away. The fashion of this world passeth away, you know? Everything you see how now, like the whole Western liberal mindset, that's all gonna be a thing of not. It's gonna be a thing of the past, you know? The whole world needs new management, it needs a new ruler, it needs new laws and guidelines, because right now this is not the way to live, you know? This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. The prey are the Israelites, you know? You know what this precept reminds me of? Isaiah 14. We'll go ahead and get that. This is Isaiah 14. I'm gonna go down to verse let me go straight to the point. This is verse Isaiah 14 and 17. That made the world as a wilderness, that destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of its prisoners. Okay, those are the prey, the Israelites, man. Jeremiah 15 and 33. The children of Judah and the children of Israel were oppressed together, and their captors refused to let them go. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. So that shows you that, man. Uh, Edom, Esau, you guys fucked up big time, you know. The scripture says, "He that stealeth a man and selleth him, and if he be found in his hand, and if he still be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." Roughly paraphrased, you know. So that's in the law. So you Edomites, the whole nation, you guys are going to be judged as a whole for what you have done, first and foremost to the nation of Israel, and all even on to the other nations as well. Because all that blood, you guys are going to have to pay back for it in full. The scripture says, Lamentations 3. And these Edomites, they can feel it too, you know? Because every time I see an Edomite, he gets scared, you know, because they feel that something's coming. They see the way their country is. They know that their country is on a decline. Some of them even know that America is the modern day Rome and it's gonna fall like Rome. So they know what's coming, you know? But what they don't know is that they're about to go into slavery. Hardcore fucking bondage. Excuse my French. This is Lamentations 3. These are all good precepts, but it's not what I want. It's a lamentation. Rejoice, daughter of Edom. Oh yeah, Lamentations 4. This is Lamentations 4. And verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. That cup is all the curses. The scripture says in Deuteronomy 37, let me go ahead and get it, that when the nation of Israel repents, the Lord will put all these curses upon thy enemies and upon them that hate thee, and persecute thee, saith the Lord. It is Deuteronomy chapter 30. I'm going to go down to the 7th verse. And the Lord, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord and do all his commandments which I commanded thee this day. So this is the beginning stages of it, You Edomites are now starting to feel the curses. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup, okay, the curses shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Means we pretty much we pay for our transgressions against Yahweh Shai. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So from there, I'm gonna go back to Nahum 3. Nahum 3 and 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey, the Israelites departed not. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. Okay? These all represent the military equipment. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. That's talking about the missiles. And there was a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. That's how you know this is talking about America, because why? Let's go to Revelation 17. Revelation 17. This is one of my favorite chapters right here. This is Revelation 17:1. And there came one of the 7 angels who had 7 vials and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I'll show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. That waters is represents the nations. I think it's somewhere in Isaiah where it says, he heapeth unto himself all nations, roughly paraphrase. America is a great melting pot where you have all different types of nationalities living and dwelling here, making business with each other. I'm gonna jump to verse verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, which John actually saw a beast, but he didn't know what it meant. He didn't know what it represented. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. That's all the philosophies that America pushes out, the poison, okay, through the media and through all other aspects of influences. America has totally destroyed the whole world. America has put the whole world under their vibration. Right now in Nigeria, you're starting to have homosexuality being accepted there. Now, a few years ago, about 5 to 10 years ago, that was totally unaccepted. If they found you to be homosexual, they would have put you to death. Okay, but because of America's influence and power, people are now starting to accept it. And it all starts from social media, platforms like Twitter. All these different types of social medias, they have made an open gateway of iniquities and wickedness to be accepted, man. You know? Yeah, the scripture says darkness. Oh, let me get it. Let me see if I can find that precept. Uh, let me see. Darkness. Garlic. No, that's not what it is. No, that's not what it is. No, that's not what it is. Okay, maybe I'm getting mixed up. Let me try this. Uh, Folly is set in great dignity. This is Sirach 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Okay. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Which we already got the point. So folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. The rich really is not talking about the elites; it's talking about the Israelites, because it goes on in the verse 7, and it talks about the different positions. That's why the scripture says, "The last shall be first, and the first shall be last." You know, because the first of this society are the Edomites. Okay, what we call as Caucasians or white people. Okay, so-called white people. Okay, the people, the nation that has no pigment, no melanin in their skin, because all these different nations they have melanin. The Arabs, or AKA the Ishmaelites, for the most part, because you do have Israelites among these different nations. The Ammonites, the Japanese, the Moabites, the Chinese, the different sons of Ham, Cush, Matazarium, Put, and Canaan, Northwest, East, South Africa. They all have melanin in their skin. A lot of them, a lot of melanin. You got the Japhetic, the different Japhetic tribes and nations, the so-called Hawaiians, Pacific Islanders, and people of the sea. They all have melanin. Some can even pass as a Negro or a so-called Latin. Okay, so all these different nations they have melanin, but you Edomites are the only people on earth with no melanin. Okay, that's a curse right there. And you know what they do in science? They would call that a genetic mutation, like it's something special. Oh, because of something happened in our DNA, we just turn this way, and that's why we're so special. No, that's a curse, man. And that's why a lot of you Edomites, you go ahead and tan yourselves, and you get with a dark skinned person, so your children will come out a little bit darker, because they know that deep down having no melanin is a sinful thing, deep down that's a shameful thing to have no melanin. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Nahum 3. I think I wasn't done. And the woman was arrayed in purple, scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Okay, that's America. Okay, or known as the United States of America. So from there, I'm gonna go back to Nahum 3. Because of the multitude of thy whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. So you know who the harlot is, the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show thy nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Okay? And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. A gazing stock is something to look at and laugh, Okay? And that's what America is. Nobody takes the nation seriously. Not even those goat herders in Afghanistan, okay? the Taliban. They don't take you Americans seriously, man. Nobody takes America seriously anymore. So with that, I'm going to close it out with Job 8:22. I forgot this precept. Okay, this is Job 8, and let me start at verse 9. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth shall others grow, Behold, the Most High shall not cast away a perfect man. The precept to that is a broken and a contrite heart thou shalt not despise. Roughly paraphrase, in Psalms 51. Neither will he help the evildoers, the Edomites, till he fill thy mouth with laughing and thy lips with rejoicing. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, the Israelites. They that hate the Israelites shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. Okay? So that means the living place, wherever the Edomites are, that's the borders of wickedness. Malachi 1 and 4. So all your dwelling places will come to naught. Isaiah 14, Obadiah 1. All these prophecies will be fulfilled, and you Edomites will be exterminated off the face of the earth. And after that, righteousness and peace will remain on the earth. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out, giving all praises, honors, and glories due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, and I will give double honors to my elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, who well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to hopeful elect. With that, Abba Ball, death to America. Shalom.